You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down.
Look at the stars. The great kings of the past look down on us from those stars. So whenever you feel alone, just remember that those kings will always be there to guide you.
I don't think it is very useful to speculate on what God might or might not be able to do. Rather, we should examine what he actually does with the universe we live in.
We are all explorers, driven to know what's over the horizon. The most profound discoveries are not necessarily beyond that next star. They're within us, woven into the threads that bind us.
Hello, beautiful people. Happy Tuesday, happy Mars Day, and happy birthday to today's notable Pisces, including Sophie Turner. Elliot Page is a Pisces as well. Alan Rickman, may he rest in peace. Big fan of Alan Rickman's Snape, of course, and he's in Love Actually. Jennifer Love Hewitt is a Pisces. Jordan Peele. So many actors are popping up today. And I love this because Pisces energy is so creative, but also so sensitive. And I feel like it makes them really great artists, right? Because they're able to feel into the emotions. Prince Jackson is a Pisces. Ashley Green, Nina Simone. Oh my gosh. I have to go listen to some Nina Simone today now. Like her voice just, yes, takes me into the waters of Pisces season. Kelsey Grammer, Corbin Blue from High School Musical, William Baldwin or Billy Baldwin. Gosh, so many. Okay, Pisces season, starting off with a bang. And if you are a Pisces, if you know someone celebrating a birthday today, well, then they are my favorite Pisces of the day. Let us know so we can celebrate them and send them some love. Corby is here. Happy Tuesday. Hey, Nick. Hello, Rachel. Hi, Diane. Gang's all here, right? Let's talk about the energy, the current energy. We're still waiting in the new moon vibes. The moon will move into Aries very late tonight. So this is kind of our last day to work with the moon and the sun in the same sign, both in Pisces. And if you remember what else is in Pisces, we have Neptune. So the moon will be conjunct Neptune today. That's what we're feeling into. Just in general, the current energy, there could be some confusion, some fogginess today, because the main transits we're talking about look like this. And wow, there's like a grand trine playing out at 11. This is the 11:11 chart on the Pacific time zone. And we've got the point of fortune. We've got, I think this is the vertex. These are like mathematical points, but they're both connecting with the sun. And just tells me that 11:11 might be a magical moment to make a wish. Just a little side note that popped up. But what we're really feeling today is this square between Mercury and Aquarius and Uranus and Taurus. We'll get into that in just a moment, but that coupled with the Pisces moon conjunct Neptune, which you see over here, is really just creating an air of fogginess, cloudiness, confusion, mental mishaps. Yes, Diane, I know you've been feeling into the grand trine, feeling all the water, cleansing, healing, renewal. And, you know, I love that you just said this, Corby, because speaking of confusion and fogginess, it could kind of feel like you're underwater today a little bit, like mentally, you know, like, have you ever been underwater or you dive in and you into the ocean or even into just a body of water and you don't really know which way is up or down and it's kind of discombobulating? That's kind of how the energy feels today. Alex is feeling it exactly how I feel. Rachel's sleepy. The moon in Pisces conjunct Neptune, coming into a conjunction with Neptune, definitely bringing sleepy vibes, definitely making us sleepy. So before we get into the particularities of the forecast, just know that you might need time to calibrate, rest, give yourself some space to like process things today, because it's, again, like being underwater and being tumbled around. You kind of have to take a moment to be like, okay, which way is up, which way is down, where am I at right now? Be gentle with yourself, be gentle with other people. We're all a little more sensitive with the moon in Pisces conjunct Neptune too. I did not want to get out of bed either. Yeah, I was having, actually this morning, I was having a dream. So paying attention to your dreams during this new moon in Pisces, I was having a dream that I was like, I had all these things to do. It was basically my brain preparing me for the day today, because I got a lot going on after the live stream today, but I like was somewhere random and popped on my laptop to do a live stream, but then realized that the background, I was like facing this way and I didn't have a mic, and yeah. Also, with Mercury squaring Uranus, tech issues could pop up today, like some fuzziness. Yeah. Corby's son felt it too, not wanting to get out of bed. I told my work to leave me alone today. Like, the moon is in Pisces, okay? My Reiki session went really well, feeling really lethargic, adding to that cloudiness. Anytime we get healing work done too, giving your body plenty of time to process, right? So today just feels like a day to process, to really like tap into, okay, how am I feeling? How can I calibrate accordingly? Oh, Corby says, I've been a weepy mess. My dream was very healing. And then at the end, my mom washed my hair. That's so beautiful. So symbolic, right? Oh, that's going to make me want to cry. It's just it's Pisces season, you know? Everything's just so sweet and sentimental. Really forcing me to rest. Yeah, I'm getting body work done today, a massage today. So I'm already preparing myself like, okay, I'm probably going to be a little tired after that. Yeah, and if you have water in your chart too, you might be feeling extra sensitive. So that's the current energy. Let's talk about Mercury squaring Uranus. This isn't quite as emotional because Mercury rules our mindset. It's the planet of communication, of our mentality, of our ability to talk and write. And Uranus is the planet of disruption, change, rebellion. So this can play out in a couple different ways. Her son has Neptune in Pisces, really feeling that Pisces energy today. Mercury squaring Uranus feels like a disruption of our mind. Now, that can look like a lot of different things, right? So let's talk about some ways this might be showing up. Uranus makes us want to be a little bit, like I said, rebellious, but kind of impulsive too. Like we just want to break through already. And so Mercury squaring Uranus can make us more prone to impulsive decisions, or even just like mental mishaps, like looking over, not even looking over the fine print, but just like only seeing this option rather than looking at the broad picture, especially with all the fogginess that Pisces energy is bringing in. We want to slow down. Mercury squaring Uranus can make it seem like, oh, we just got to like say the thing or get there mentally. And brain farts and typos could happen. So you might even notice like your mentality is a little bit, your mental state is a little like, oh, what's going on up here right now? You know, changes of plan. Also, Uranus is the planet of change. Mercury is all about our plans, our agenda, our daily routine. So changes of plan, upsetting news coming in, Mercury ruling daily news. So the information we're receiving today could be disruptive, and the information we're communicating today could be disruptive. So paying attention to how we're communicating, not being vexing or kind of like poking other people, because that could lead to outbursts or misunderstandings for sure. And touching back on technology, both of these planets are rulers of technology. And so Mercury squaring Uranus, you might have some weird tech things come up, not quite like a full-blown Mercury retrograde, but just maybe something breaking, like technology breaking, or doing something it doesn't normally do, or glitching, or even being like an upgrade, maybe upgrading your phone or doing the update for iPhone. You know what I mean? You could see apps updating today that could cause like a little bit of tension or glitchiness. So more, I mean, a square is a tense angle, and Uranus is the planet of disruption. So I just really see this as disrupting our mental state. And you might be feeling that. You might be feeling that. Oh, Katie, I'm still recovering from being sick. Now my son is sick. Definitely feeling that watery energy and opportunity to listen to our feelings and our bodies. And coming back into Pisces energy here, Pisces rules illness, because we're more sensitive, we're more susceptible. So this is something we can all learn from as we send Katie lots of love and her son lots of love and healing energy, but just like really being mindful, taking your supplements, taking vitamin C right now, taking care of your body, and rest is medicine. Pisces season reminds us that rest is definitely medicine. Yeah, sending lots of love to you. Yeah. Water purging in a different way over here. Definitely. So that's the kind of disruptive energy we could feel from this. I do want to flip it around and talk about how we can use this transit to our benefit, because there's something really magical about this square between Mercury and Uranus. And that is the fact that in the Pacific time zone, this square will be exact at 2:22 p.m. Pacific time. So Uranus always reminds us sometimes we have to have a breakdown in order to have a breakthrough. Maybe there are tech glitches. Maybe there are miscommunications. Maybe there's some tension in a conversation you're having, or something that's kind of disrupting the peace in the way you communicate. But you might find that those irritations, those disruptions, those breakdowns actually create an opportunity for a breakthrough, for an aha moment. We have this craving to think differently and be unique. And so leaning into that can help us see things through a new lens, but there might come some sort of irritation or disruption in order to get us to that place. So at its very best, this transit can push us to innovate, to change our mind, and breakthroughs can happen. Flashes of insight are possible. A square is a very activating angle. So yes, it can bring tension and it can be uncomfortable, but in that place of activation, it can push us to see things differently. It can push us to have that download or that intuitive hit, especially with Mercury in Aquarius, which is ruled by Uranus. Our mind is definitely more open to new perspectives. So just keeping that open mind. Well, it's like keep your mind open, but also keep your body and your energy protected. Does that make sense? Like Pisces energy, as Katie just shared with us, we're more susceptible to taking on other people's energy. So keep your mind open, but stay in your own energy at the same time. Something interesting also that I want to point out about this, yes, we love breakthroughs and flashes of insight. And it's nice to know, okay, if we're having a little bit of a tiff with someone, if we're having a little bit of issues communicating, there's medicine here. Breakthrough is possible. So you're already here and you're already knowing, like, okay, what are you trying to show me, universe? What information are you trying to get me to understand right now? Yeah. We're all feeling super tired, super foggy. And even in that tired state, like Mercury squaring Uranus, we're just like, I'm tired. I don't want to think right now, and that can lead to those little glitches or mental mishaps. Okay, the last thing I want to say about this that I have noticed is if you are ruled by Mercury, so if you're a Gemini rising or a Virgo rising, or you have a ton of that energy in your chart, or if you are ruled by Aquarius, or Uranus, I should say, if you're an Aquarius rising or have a ton of Aquarius energy in your chart, you're probably going to feel this activation a little more aggressively, especially those of us ruled by Mercury, just kind of, Uranus is messing with our quick wit and our sharp minds, right? What I have noticed about this, and I kind of knew this was coming. I don't want to say I manifested it, but I kind of knew when I was looking at the forecast and typing it up last night, okay, this is a possibility. I am ruled by Mercury. My partner is ruled by Uranus. He's an Aquarius rising. So I knew, okay, our ruling planets are in this really tense angle with each other, and we might experience some tension today. And that definitely played out. Everything is fine. But there was a little moment of miscommunication and irritation and disruption. And luckily I was like, you know what? Mercury is squaring Uranus. It's going to be okay. It's all right. Today's one of those days. I don't have to. Diane was just talking about this in our group chat. And so I just wanted to share my own experience. Like, knowing what's going on can be like, all right, this isn't the end of the world. This doesn't mean like this is the end of our relationship. It's just Mercury and Uranus, our ruling planets, having a little tiff today. And then not long later, we had a great conversation that led to kind of like a breakthrough moment or a moment of connection, but we kind of had to have that little like tiff first. So especially during tense transits, if your ruling planet is involved, notice, are you feeling it more? And if you're in any sort of relationship or partnership and you notice the two planets involved in an opposition or a square or even a trine, you might notice, okay, like my business partner is this rising sign and ruled by this planet. We'll just say Libra rising. So they're ruled by Venus and I'm ruled by Mercury. So if Mercury and Venus are harmonizing, that's a great day for us to flow and work together. If they're clashing, we might just want to be like, okay, we're both kind of today, and that's not going to last forever, right? Yeah. I feel comfortable to do things differently today. It was so nice. My husband and I started to get into that same tense conversation, and I was just like, no, we're doing this differently with love. Amazing. That is the work. It's those moments that create big changes, right? And you know what? On that note, Mercury is kind of the fine print, the small moments. Uranus represents big changes, big disruptions. It's like little updates, little breakthroughs today are all part of the bigger picture of the transformation and the change we're going through. So don't discredit small moments where it's like, we're doing it differently, just like Katie said. Maybe Venus and Aries helping to push that too. Yeah, like that impetus to move in relationship, to move with money, can kind of help us gain the motivation to do things differently, to think differently, to relate differently during this square between Mercury and Uranus. But this is definitely a possibility too. Rachel says, I can't think straight and it makes me irritable. Like, I don't want to deal with anyone. I want my bubble. Yeah, if you're ruled by Mercury like we are, like we like having our mindset clear, and it might not feel that way today. Definitely a bubble day, Corby says. Just trying to remain open to what insights will come while protecting myself. And as we now dive more into the Pisces energy of the day, this is reminding me of like receiving information rather than giving it. So a change of mind is possible when we're more open to receiving. Some of us, I like to talk through things and then I'll have a light bulb moment as I'm talking through things. But on a day like today, when we're a little more tired, a little more sensitive, doing a meditation, giving yourself a nice nap in the middle of the day today as the moon and Neptune are conjunct, could be helpful in allowing you to receive new insights. We've got to slow down and calm our body in order to be fully open channels to receive. So maybe that's an approach. If you're feeling tired and you're like, I just don't have the mental output I want to today, instead lean into that. And how can you receive new insights? How can you get into a place, like Corby's saying, a bubble day, like get into your little bubble, meditate. The dream workshop I was telling you about yesterday, she told us that taking a nap is actually like a really powerful tool a lot of artists use, because when you take a nap, you go into dreaming more quickly. And so if you find yourself taking a nap, even just setting the intention, like I'm open to receive insights in my sleep, we're all more tapped into that subconscious. And with the moon and Neptune near each other, our subconscious is definitely in the forefront of our emotional experience today. It's a great way to have awareness and set boundaries, even if we are only half of the relationship, realizing why certain days we choose to give each other more space. Yes. Yeah. I even knew, I'm like, I'm going to be gone most of the day today, and this is probably a good day for it because our ruling planets are just not vibing today. So that's nice to know as well. And just giving yourself space in general, Mercury and Aquarius, it's like, give your mind some space to process. I'm going to stay home today. I don't blame you, Nick. Needed that reminder. I'm glad it resonated for you, Court. Yeah, open to receive, bringing in that rest energy and also integrating the healing you got. It's really important to have downtime after a healing session, after receiving Reiki or any sort of energetic work, to allow your body and mind to integrate the medicine, the magic you just received. Yes, I see a nap in our future. I've designed things in my dreams, woke up and sketched it out. Love that. Love that. That's so cool. Yeah. Lately, I've been getting clarity in the confusion. Perfect mantra for today. It helps me damper the mental chatter and focus and prioritize. If I take on too much, then I get lost in the fog. Great reminder to keep those energetic boundaries. Definitely. Yeah. Finding clarity in the confusion. Realizing, okay, it feels foggy now. Let me just stop and slow down and take this moment. Can I receive anything? What does my body need? What does my mind need right now, right? So like I mentioned, we're still feeling that new moon energy in Pisces, definitely feeling more sensitive because right around noon and what we're experiencing right now is that conjunction between the moon and Neptune in Pisces. So Neptune is at home in Pisces. This is just a powerful time for rest, for receiving, for dreaming, for envisioning. With Mercury squaring Uranus, there is this like dreamy potential to think differently and dream up new ideas too. So, excuse me. If you're feeling up to it, be a great day to grab a sketch pad and just like allow ideas to flow out of you without needing it to be perfect or clean. Like allow it to be a little messy if you're feeling mental energy. If you're not, just again, go into receiving mode, like meditate, take a nap, see what comes through. But yeah, this screams mid-afternoon nap, the moon conjunct Neptune in Pisces, especially on a new moon. If you've been doing a lot of work under the new moon and birthing a lot of things and envisioning a lot of things already, like comes back to giving yourself integration time, giving yourself rest. And emotionally, you might notice that you're just feeling extra sensitive. There could be some heightened intuition as the moon comes into a conjunction with Neptune as well. So if you decide to take a nap, pay attention to your dreams, your intuition, your subconscious could kind of take over and bring through a lot of ideas, but also be with your body, be with your mind wherever they're at today. Like give yourself the space and the nurturing and the compassion and the empathy that Pisces season brings to take care of yourself and figure out. It might even be, as Katie was talking about, energetic boundaries, taking that space to be like, what do my boundaries feel like right now? Am I super open and is that great for me? Or do I need to kind of take some space and clear out my energy field and create more energetic boundaries? That's the energy we're feeling through the day, most of the day today. Then tonight, we start to experience a shift. So I'll pull this up. Remember, Pluto is at 29 degrees for the next month or so. And at 8 p.m. tonight, just jump ahead here a few hours. At 8 p.m., the moon will form a sextile to Pluto. So you see that 60-degree angle there between the two. This feels like, okay, it's time for a change. It's time for some transformation. But sticking with the energy of Pisces, the moon connecting with Pluto is like, okay, let's dive a little deeper here. Swim into deeper waters. If we're willing to go down a little further, more insights can come up. More emotions can surface. And deeper connections to ourselves and to other people are possible if we're willing to go a little deeper tonight. Healing can happen. Taking advantage of these last moments of the new moon in Pisces to find out, is there anything else down there? Is there any more healing potential here for me? Or this could just feel like a shift in energy as the moon moves from Pisces to Aries, which is a very different energy, from death to rebirth, from endings to beginnings. So we experience this kind of transformative portal, and deep things can happen in the in-between. Magic can happen. Miracles can happen in the in-between. So as the moon connects with Pluto, lean into that transformation. Go a little deeper. Get a little more intimate with yourself and see, is there any magic waiting for me here to start to move the dreams that I created and envisioned for myself under the new moon and take action on them. Because when the waxing crescent moon moves into Aries, this happens around 9 p.m. Pacific time, so midnight Eastern time. It's like lighting that match under us to, okay, you have these big dreams from the Pisces new moon. Let's move towards them. It's the moon in Aries, the waxing crescent moon. And the waxing crescent moon is normally a time of like planning and preparing, but I could definitely see this waxing crescent moon as like, no, we just want to start already. We just want to go for it already. Like we're eager to get the ball rolling and get moving. We'll have plenty of physical energy and motivation over the coming days. With the sun still in Pisces, I would say like have a healthy outlet if you're feeling overly stimulated or overly sensitive. Being able to move your body, to move energy can be really helpful. But yeah, start. Take one step. Even just the waxing crescent moon could be like, yeah, if we don't know the full path ahead yet, that's fine. But Aries energy wants us to take that step, move, put our intentions into action with the waxing crescent moon in Aries over the coming days. So this is kind of that last day to rest and integrate and get still and see like, okay, is there any other wisdom to be gained here? Is there any other emotions that want to be felt in this fogginess and this dreamy energy before we're like, okay, let's go. Let's move forward now, right? And Mercury squaring Uranus today too could create that like, oh, this is what I need to do next, that breakthrough that we talked about. I'm open and ready. Let's go deep. Spoken like a true Scorpio rising. Even more incentive to nap today in preparation for the next few days. I won't sleep as I go with that Aries. Exactly. I love that we know the moon's moving into Aries. So like take advantage of the restful, slow, healing energy today and let yourself be in that fog a little bit. And that brings us back to today's affirmation, which is changes are happening for me. Sometimes when we experience disruption, when we experience irritation, it's like, why is this happening right now? Like, can't we just go with the flow in Pisces season? But Mercury squaring Uranus reminds us that we're not supposed to stay the same. So disruptions, changes, irritations, breakdowns even are happening for you. They're happening to help you evolve, even if they're uncomfortable in the moment, right? So changes are happening for me. Yes. Cue the David Bowie changes, right? Yeah, exactly. I want to use that song anytime we have a Uranus transit. And I'm like, okay, I can't use that like once. I mean, I could, but yeah, David Bowie's been our dude lately too. Changes are happening for me. And we're going to finish up with a quick card pull from this very weird deck. It's called Irreverent Inspiration. It was gifted to me. And as Mercury is squaring Uranus and we're invited to think differently, this deck freaks me out a little bit. I'm not going to lie, because if you haven't seen me pull from it before, it can be a little spicy. It can be a little weird. I just put the link to the website in the chat since it was gifted to me. I like to pay it forward. But some of the cards are not kid-friendly or PG. I'll warn you if we pull one of those. But I just felt like we need to be able to like get a weird message and think differently today. So we're pulling from the weird deck. Feeling the changes and staying hopeful. Yeah, so as I shuffle up, just get into a state of receiving. Let's all practice this together. Like just being in a state of receiving whatever comes out, whatever weird message comes out, because it's probably going to be weird. Yeah, comic relief on this dreamy day. Let's get into receiving mode. Just noticing, is there any tension in our body? Is there anything we're holding on to? Is there anything mentally we're trying to force or want to happen? Instead, how can we just shut all that down? Turn off some switches and be in receiving mode. Liking the weird and the David Bowie. Yeah. Mercury squaring Uranus. Got to get a little weird today. All right. Let's take a nice deep breath together. Deepest breath you've taken all day. Setting the intention that we're open to receive. As you exhale, maybe even thinking, I am open to receive. Seeing what message comes through, Ready? Here we go. Breathing in nice and deep. Hold it and release. I am open to receive. Oh, interesting. Okay, the card is black or white. Let's see what the guidebook says. Black or white. Where are you? Here it is. Black or white? Nope. Stop trying to make it. Live your life in color. Life gets messy. Mess around with all those colors. When you are willing to see that there is no perfect, you can have the freedom to mess up more. How do you think you learn to walk? Just keep going. Step on toes and apologize when needed. There are always more choices than you are giving yourself. What are the infinite possibilities you haven't considered? What absurd choices are you choosing that maybe you should be losing? Ooh, this card was actually so perfect for this energy. What absurd choices are you choosing that maybe you should be losing? Just feels like the foggy energy, the creative energy, being messy. Let it be messy with Mercury squaring Uranus and Aquarius. Let your thoughts be a little messy. This is a great day for just like brain dumping, word vomiting, throwing some colors on a piece of paper and seeing what comes out, being creative for the sake of being creative, playing in the messiness, playing in the fogginess. And I love that this card is called black or white because it's kind of a joke. Like it's the opposite of black or white. Like let it be colorful, let it be uncertain. It's like a baby trying to learn how to walk or even learning how to write. Think about when you learned how to write, like your writing didn't even make sense. It was super messy. Maybe you write with your other hand today. See what comes through. Try it differently and let it be messy. It's okay for it to be messy. I know Mercury likes things to be just so, but Mercury squaring Uranus is like, it's going to be a mess if we try to force it. Like the last line of this says, what absurd choices are you choosing that maybe you should be losing? If you try to force it, it's kind of absurd. Let it flow. It's Pisces season after all. So stop trying to make it and instead just let it flow. Let everything flow through you. Yes, Rachel. Well, I put the phrase infinite possibilities on my reimagined vision board. Synchronicity. We love that. The moon coming into that conjunction with Neptune right now too can bring the synchronicities, can bring that dreamy, magical energy if we're just open to receive, which you all are right now. Yes, reminds me of my vision board. Diane just sent me her vision board, I think this morning, and totally, I was actually thinking of that when I was reading. Perfect. Yeah. And I love Diane did her vision board digitally so she can add to it and adjust it. And like a perfect example of let it be messy. Just let it come out and you can always update it. You can always add to it, right? Yeah. What a great message. Seems like it's what we needed to hear. Hey, this weird deck came through for us today. Irreverent inspiration. This deck just came to me as a gift, and even though it kind of is weird, it usually has some really powerful wisdom. Great for days like today where we don't need things that make sense. We need to be able to kind of come out of the box of our mental state. I did mine last night too. Used a glue stick and everything. It was so messy. I had fun though. Love that. Yes, we're all on the same wavelength. Great synchronicities. Yes, yes, yes. All right, everyone. I have to run off to my very busy day, but I'm so glad that I was able to just sit with you all and tap into the energy and connect. If you're new here, I'm so grateful you found us. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel so we can keep these forecasts coming to you for free every day. And for all my peeps who keep showing up, you are why I keep doing this. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so inspired by you and your commitment to showing up for yourselves and showing up for this community. That's what I was thinking last night as I redid my vision board. Corby says, told my son, sometimes the vision needs to change after you get clearer. Absolutely. Never being tied to the original vision, allowing it to flow, allowing it to change as you get more information and more inspiration. Absolutely. Have a beautiful day, Court. Sending you lots of love. An amazing rest of the day. Yeah. Yes, the card pull. Let it be messy today, Katie. That's really the message that came through. Sending you love and healing energy for you and your family. All right, everybody. I will be back tomorrow to chat about the Aries moon and the energy to come. But I hope you have a beautiful, restful, dreamy day ahead of you. And until I see you next, stay curious. Thank you so much for joining us and aligning with the energy of the universe today. If you enjoyed this morning's episode of Transits Today, you can join our live astrology discussion every weekday morning right here wherever you're watching. And head to thespiritualjournalist.com to read your daily astrology forecast and browse the Spiritual Shop. The most fun way to help keep these forecasts free and support more content like this is to buy yourself a little something on our website. But if you're feeling extra generous, you can also buy me a coffee to fuel future live streams. Just tap the link in the description or head to buymeacoffee.com and search The Spiritual Journalist. And speaking of, you can also tune in to The Spiritual Journalist, our weekly live interview where we ask our guests questions about everything from crystals and manifestation to mental health and the environment. Those conversations stream live right here wherever you're watching now every Tuesday. I'm so grateful you found us here, and I can't wait for our next conversation.